Alright, so here we go. Here's the first match of our double Saturday. Divinus Ludius versus K7T, and these guys off the bat know what they're banning. First ban is from DL. They ban out the Doombringer, yes, and K7T ban out the Viper. Right, I would before our series of games, I would have said that Viper really isn't a standard first ban. But seeing more and more of the games played out, I think that it's really more common that Viper is banned out first phase. Very annoying hero to deal with, and has the potential to snowball into the mid game and dominate from there on. So we see a response, Batrider ban, yeah. So these are heroes that don't really stand out in a particular lineup, but are great in augmenting them. Doom and Batrider, of course, your solo pickoffs, and Viper, Great Laner, and Death Prophet. Okay, so this one is the anti-Death Ball strat ban. You take her out specifically because she's the greatest Death Ball hero, or maybe Shadow Shaman, one of the two best Death Ball heroes. DL. First pick, Skywrath Mage. Okay, not typically a first pick. Skywrath Mage is good for adding on to certain heroes like an Earthshaker, a Razor, or Faceless Void particularly. But as a first pick, this is kind of unusual, but let's see where DL goes with this. Now K7T has the double picks in response. Their first pick is Wraith King. Okay, so they're going with a hard carry right from the get-go. Potentially a support, but if you're gonna go first pick Wraith King, I think you'd expect that Wraith King to be a carry. So they have their second pick right now, and it's the Tidehunter. Okay, Wraith King, Tidehunter, they're going for teamfight AoE right now. Tidehunter is, of course, one of the best initiates in the game with that Ravage. Blink in, Ravage. Anyone who gets caught is potentially going to die if the team has good follow-up. Now, Wraith King is also a good initiate in his own right with that Reincarnation. If you attempt to kill Wraith King, then you're going to negatively affect your own team if you can't kill him instantly. And if your opponent has a follow-up to that, perhaps the Ravage, or perhaps just walking into the enemy while they're slowed, then killing the Wraith King is actually going to be detrimental to your team. So good teamfight heroes right there. And for the second ban of DL, we're seeing them going into reserve time right now, maybe considering a counter pick.
Tinker.
Okay, so they picked Tinker. They're really picking to their strengths right now. Skywrath Mage and Tinker, not really too particular first picks in the current meta. Skywrath Mage is usually seen as a support, and it's not really one of those game-defining heroes, so not really common as a first pick. Tinker, however, is usually picked last. However, in our series of games, Tinker is sometimes picked first, is one among the first picks, because if you have a good Tinker player, then you might as well utilize that. Sometimes a lot of teams don't really know how to deal with a Tinker, or if they do, they find it frustrating because Tinker just takes so many resources to deal with, Sometimes you'd have to send 3 heroes just to gank Tinker, and even then, Tinker can still escape with a blink and boots of travel. So very annoying hero to deal with. Can split push, can defend, and can also stand his own ground in team fights with the March of the Machines, and later on acts as a carry when he gets lots of mana with a Sheep Stick or a Dagon and Ethereal Blade. So yeah, Tinker probably their core. Okay, they ban out the Faceless Void, an obvious choice given that the Tidehunter is already present in the opposing team, and Nature's Prophet coming out from K7T. Of course, you don't want to give Tinker and Nature's Prophet to the same team. Those are the split pushing heroes, and if you give 2 to the opponent, then that practically means that every time you engage in a team fight, which is basically what K7T are probably going for, every time you engage in a team fight, then a tower is going down, definitely. If not to the Tinker, then to the Nature's Prophet. So you don't want to give that combo away. Nature's Prophet is banned, and in response, DL ban Pugna. An interesting choice. Pugna is actually good for taking down towers earlier on because that Nether Blast affects towers as well. I'm not really sure why you would ban Pugna otherwise. The Nether Ward, of course, there we go. The Nether Ward hurts the Tinker, the Skywrath Mage. So yeah, they don't want that Nether Ward coming in. These two, the first 2 picks are mana intensive heroes, and the Pugna is really gonna bring on some damage with that Nether Ward when you have big mana dependent heroes. And now K7T ban out they ban out the Trend Protector. Okay, this guy defense towers, protects from ganks. Maybe they want to go ganking earlier on. The living armor from the Trend Protector can potentially turn the tide of gank by saving the gank target, and that can possibly lead to someone else dying on the ganking team, probably if they try to dive. So yeah, that kind of advantage early on is kind of a game pace setting advantage. And also the ult, you can't count out the ult, even if it's just an entangle. That entangle is going to set up for the Skywrath Mage ult, the Mystic Flare, and possibly a few seconds of the March of the Machine. So that's still a lot of AoE damage, considering if you get yourself held down in place by the Trend Protector's Overgrowth. Now K7T pick out the Lion. Yeah, as I kind of predicted earlier on, they might go for a ganking kind of lineup. And yeah, Wraith King, Lion, these are two gank oriented heroes. If the Wraith King chooses to be a ganking support, or even in lane, you can easily dominate a tri-lane if you have Wraith King and Lion, and perhaps another stun. So it can be a defensive tri-lane with a farming Wraith King backed up by two good defending stunning heroes. DL, however, yeah, picks up Tiny. Tiny is going to be their tower destroyer here. Yeah, since they can't get Nature's Prophet, you can instead send Tiny to, if he has a Boots of Travel, or if the attention is somewhere else, actually, Tiny can destroy towers with relative ease and swiftness if he has that Aghanim sub. So, a lot of versatility in Tiny. You also have the burst damage potential coming in from Tiny's big AoE damage spells. That's the Toss and the Avalanche. But now K7T respond with a Slark pick. Okay, so if the Wraith King is going to be their carry, if Slark is going to be their carry rather, then Wraith King is going to have to be ganking, one of the gankers, a ganking support. But you still have the possibility of Slark being an offlaner, or yeah, Slark being an offlaner, or Slark being mid. Right now you have a Tide Hunter offlaner probably. So this is going to be an interesting positioning coming from K7T, an interesting laning phase, considering that they have two potential safe lane carries. They have two potential offlaners also. If they want, they can actually put a Slark on mid. But yeah, that will also be unusual. So it's going to be interesting from K7T either way. Now we're waiting for the fourth pick of DL in response to the Slark. Right now they have good damage, good team fight potential. They can really go with anything right now. They can go for a hard carry to round off their late game. They can go for more AoE just to seal in that team fight potential, or they can go with a Wisp. Yeah, Tiny Wisp. Haven't seen that combo yet in our series of games, but still very potent. And since Wisp isn't really banned too much in these games, they can still pick Wisp. Okay, so they pick out Earthshaker, another AoE hero. Yeah, so they can go all in those team fights. Earthshaker, of course, with that good long-range stun, really well paired with Skywrath Mage's concussive shot, and big AoE damage, AoE magic damage, Tinker, Skywrath Mage, all of that burst damage just coming in. Even the Tiny's gonna add to that. So you have your Initiate. Earthshaker and Tiny can both get blinks, Initiate stuns, deal big damage from the get-go, followed up by Skywrath Mage and Tinker damage. Yeah, so very cohesive picks from DL. A bit less so from K7T. Maybe they're hiding something up their sleeves. Good individual heroes in their own right, but if it's going to be a team fight, then I'm gonna put my money on DL. So the last bans come in, and that's gonna be an Invoker and the Centaur Raw Runner. Of course, K7T see that DL has a very good team fight potential, and they ban out the Centaur War Runner. Of course, more AoE, more tankiness, that surefire engage or disengage in the form of the Stampede. And DL ban out the Invoker. Invoker is a very good foil of some sorts. Can stop an engagement with an EMP Tornado. Also a good laner. So yeah, Invoker is a very popular pick nowadays, just because of Invoker's versatility. Invoker can go whatever build you want him to. It can be a ganker or DPS hero or a pushing hero. But now, yeah, the last picks come out back to back. Brewmaster Razor. Okay, so this is one of the best tri lanes I've been pointing out lately. The Skywrath Mage Earthshaker Razor combo. You can put this in a defensive or an offensive tri lane. Probably an offensive tri lane. You can have the tiny farming. And this is just a combo you should look out for. Okay, so right now I'm going to go introducing the teams. For K7T, on the Radiant side, we have Tiger Lily going with the Brewmaster, probably on mid. Passy on the Lion. LED on the Slark. Small Daddy on the Tidehunter. And Quack on the Wraith King. Now here we see Razor going on the safe lane. Virus going mid, it appears. Stand-in Abyss, that's Abyss. Tinker, Bandila ng Phil Arts. Okay, we'll just call him Bandila. Woohoo on the Earthshaker. Hell yeah on the Skywrath Mage. So yeah, we have Woohoo and Hell yeah. And Virus going top safe lane trial lane. Abyss taking a tiny mid. Okay, why not? If they're expecting a Brewmaster mid, then it's going to be a safe lane pretty much for the tiny. And an off lane Tinker. Okay, let's see where this is gonna go because they're still doing rotations. But right now, yeah, we have an offensive tri lane, the Wraith King, Lion, and Tidehunter going for the offensive tri lane. It seems. I think they're going to rotate. Yeah, maybe they just want that standard Tidehunter off lane. But safe lane definitely going to be the Slark, and mid lane definitely going to be the Brewmaster. So let's just see where these ganking supports, the Wraith King and Lion, choose to go. Okay, so rotations coming in, but there's nothing. No encounters going to be made this early on. Tidehunter has the haste rune, sees the haste rune, might give it to the Wraith King and might just go ganking in the mid with that stun, and then the Brewmaster Thunderclap. Let's see where they go. Okay, so Tidehunter and Wraith King right now with that haste rune. They might go for someone here on top. Oh, but Small Daddy catches the creeps. Maybe not in a position to go ganking anymore. They see the Skywrath Mage with this ward. Wraith King has that haste, but he's not. He shouldn't risk it. Yeah. Okay. So there you go. That's gonna be the end of that haste rune and the end of this particular engagement right now. So let's check up on mid. We have Brewmaster versus Tiny. Both of them taking fairly the same amount of harass from each other. Okay, so someone disconnected. Slark disconnected. So let's give him some time. Let's see the warding. Warding right now, we have defensive ward here, or offensive ward. Either way, this can see anyone coming in, going out. They can use this offensively or defensively. We have a rune ward here from K7T. And as for the wards of DL, they only have one observer ward here to block the spawns, block them from spawning, from pulling. So let's see who has the other ward. The other ward is with Earthshaker right now over here. Yeah, he hasn't placed it yet, but he has that other ward. He also has a sentry ward, a D ward, but he's a mini hero, so he won't be getting to the ward here. Okay, so let's move to where the action is. Right now in off lane, it looks like they've abandoned here on mid. We have a lot of things going on. The Tiny might just fall, and the Tiny falls to that crit coming in from the Brewmaster. Very, very nice. And no, I think it was a crit from the Wraith King. Okay, so it was crits either way. We have a stun, we have a slow, and both of them have crits. Yes. So that right click damage just went through to the and got them first blood. Just went through to the Tiny. So now we see the Earthshaker. He's gonna make a rotation to the top. Might make something happen on this Tidehunter instead, but the Tidehunter has those 2 points in Kraken Shell. Very, very useful. Might just let him survive. Right now, Wraith King has a DD rune. Let's see if they try to go for anything. They can't see him because they don't have a rune ward there. So if the Razor goes in too deep, however, the Tidehunter doesn't have that slow. Wraith King is hit by the concussive shot, and that's probably going to be the end of that. They're not gonna be able to close the gap since Tidehunter also doesn't have that point in Gush. safely so though. He needs that Kraken Shell and that Anchor Smash to stay alive. So we have the Wraith King making a rotation to bot. They might go for a gank attempt on this Tinker. Tinker off lane is kind of dangerous. No, Slark doesn't go for the pounce. So they could have gotten that kill. Wraith King is hiding at the back. Yeah, possibly waiting for a level 3. They can actually initiate on this Tinker right now. Yeah, the level 3 is on Wraith King, and no, too deep for a stun. Well, alright, so that was a failed gank attempt. They know that the Wraith King is there now, so the Tinker should be more cautious. Probably won't go in too deep. Just gonna stack these Ancients, yeah. So right now, let's check the last hits and the nice. While nothing particular is happening, the Razor getting a bit farmed right now, 14 last hits. But on the opposing side, Slark is also getting his fair share of last hits, 13 right now, 5 the nice. So it's going good for both of the safe lanes for each team. On the mid right now, we can see that the Brewmaster has a bit of an advantage, 13-3 over Tiny's 10-1. But of course, you'll have to consider that that's because the Tiny died earlier on. The Brewmaster is now level 5, probably just one wave away from that level 6, and Tiny's still at level 4. So let's check the net worth. Yeah, Brewmaster sitting up on top with that first blood money. Actually, it was the Wraith King who got the first blood, but yeah, you still get the assist from that, and of course from the last hits. Right now, okay, they've got this Tinker trapped. There's an Envy rune, but the Tiny gets it. Tinker's trapped though, and you have that slow and the right clicks. Okay, that's just so painful. Two crits consecutively, yeah. So that was bad for the Tinker, and now 2 deaths. 2-0 from K7T to DL. Bit of an early game advantage right now, but the Tidehunter is probably gonna fall. And yeah, there we go. The Tidehunter falls also to this tri-lane combo. So a very good response. Not as bad as having your Tinker die. But still something for nothing. That's the Razor getting a bit of gold and some experience right there. Okay, so right now something's happening on mid. Nothing in particular. This Brewmaster's not gonna fall. He has that level 6 already, so that Primal Split is gonna keep him alive and potentially will allow him to engage. This Wraith King is looking for something here. If he finds the Tiny, if he can find the Tiny, get a stun on him, then the Brewmaster should be able to pull off a Primal Split and a secondary stun. So there's the Wraith King. You might see an engagement. There we go. He's gonna go in. They're gonna go in. Oh, but the Avalanche just catches the Brewmaster and the Wraith King right there. So they're going for the right clicks. I'm not sure if they can go for this. Yeah, the Wraith King dies actually from the tower damage. So it was too deep. It was just too deep from K7T, and they pay for that with the Wraith King's life. Not really the Brewmaster dying there, but still a bit of golden EXP going their way, especially for the Tiny. Okay, so gold graph 750 right now in favor of K7T. Not too much, and EXP also around 1k for K7T, but nothing too substantial. Okay, so this cap is pretty stacked. The Tinker might be able to go for it. He has a haste right now. Just trying to zone out the Slark. He's not gonna be able to kill the Slark, I believe. Slark is level 5. He has that bounce, and he's gonna get that Shadow Dance soon. Pops off a salve, don't know why. He could have sold that because he's close to getting 6 anyway. But okay, now we see a rotation. The Lion and the Wraith King, they ward out this Ancient camp. They see the stack. They don't want the Tinker getting that stack. So if the Tinker approaches, the Lion and Wraith King probably should go for the Tinker. Okay, so the Wraith King hides here. This is under cover of fog. Tinker, I think, sees him, knows what's up. Tinker backs off. Okay, so yeah, Tinker knows that, might know that it's warded or might not. Either way, this is warded. They can see if the Tinker moves in here. So these two guys are rotating. DL doesn't have vision over this area. No wards here, but they can probably have a gut feel over what's happening because the Tinker saw the 2 supports here a while ago at the Ancients. So yeah, right now we see movement from the Earthshaker. He's gonna... The Brewmaster spots him out, so Brewmaster backs off. But yeah, we see here an engagement going in. Tiny's gonna get hit. There's the Avalanche. Oh, the Brewmaster actually falls to the Avalanche toss combo. bit unexpected there. The Brewmaster should have just went for the Primal Split and not being too greedy, but yeah, he pays for it with his own life. And now the Tinker is going to get the stack. They put the ward there. They can see that the Tinker is doing this ancient stack already, taking this ancient stack with the March of the Machines. But yeah, because the Brewmaster died, they're not really in a position to contest this. So a bit of a loss there for K7T. And yeah, last hits, Slark has that advantage with 41 last hits. The Razor only has 32 right now, so Slark has been farming more. The Brewmaster is still at second place with 34 right now. This no mana from the Earthshaker, so they're not gonna catch that with the Fissure, but a stun on Tiny, and here we go. They might be able to kill this Tiny. Here's the first Primal Split of the game. I think activates that bottle, and second stun, and the Tiny should die right now. Yeah, Tiny dies just in time for the Brewmaster to come back to his form. Right now, yeah, the Earthshaker actually falls. The Tidehunter and the Wraith King moved into that, and the Finger quick kill on the Skywrath Mage. Very soft hero. Finger already, insta death. So yeah, they're pinging out the Razor. Are they greedy enough? They know that the Razor is there. They also saw the Courier, but they can't get to the Courier. They might be able to go for the Razor if they want to be greedy. They're actually pretty tanky. They have a Wraith King, a Brewmaster, and a Tidehunter. They can. The creep wave's in, so they can dive if they want to, but maybe they've suspected that the Razor already went for TP. So not going to pursue that any further. Tidehunter's gonna move out. Maybe he's gonna go for this ancient stack, but either way, someone should take control of mid. They don't want that Tiny farm. Okay, so they're moving in right now. Brewmaster actually has a blink already, so blink on the Razor, followed in by that clap, and death. Oh, right now the Courier is in the field, but yeah, another instant kill for the Skywrath Mage. The Skywrath Mage just too soft. Can't be in the middle of engagement like that. He has to be in the back. So yeah, right now we have a 9-3 kill score. Did someone else die? I think I only saw 5 people die. So it should be 8-3 unless someone else died in the last couple of minutes. Maybe the Slark got a kill. Let's see. Kills, death. The Slark has 1 kill. Okay, so the Slark killed someone, I think. Maybe it was the Tinker. Tinker has died twice. Yeah, so I think the Slark killed the Tinker earlier on. Right now they see this. The ward is still there. So the Tidehunter sees this and just trying to steal the the neutral creeps right now. So very effective. He takes down the 2 biggest ones, I think. Okay, we might be able to get a kill on this Tinker. He has that Anchor Smash. He's not using the Anchor Smash. Okay, he should have used the Anchor Smash. That was a good 175 damage. Yeah, but not enough even, I think. Gonna give this Ancient Dragon to the Brewmaster. But Brewmaster already has that blink. So that's really dangerous for them right now to be caught off position alone, because the Brewmaster can just blink in, clap, and already use that split to kill off anyone unattended. So yeah, let's check the gold graph right now. Around 3,000, 4,000 in favor of K7T, and experience 5,000. Alright, so Brewmaster blinks in on top here, on top of the tower, but yeah, they just want to secure that tower. No heroes there. The Slark is moving in. He has a blink also, yeah, and catches the Tiny off guard. Tiny is caught into the leash. Slark actually activates his Shadow Dance, attempts to kill this Tiny, and does with another pounce. And okay, so I missed that one. Who did the Brewmaster kill? Skywrath Mage. Another death coming in from the Skywrath Mage. The Skywrath Mage is 1-3 right now. 3 deaths. Yeah, not really good. Even if you're just a support, if you're feeding kills to the enemy, then yeah, you're not being particularly useful. Now the Lion is level 8 and is he building a mechan? Yeah, Lion's building the mech, I think, but Tidehunter also has a headrest, so that may be going to the pipe. The Brewmaster right now, see a stun from the Tiny and nothing more. Tiny's probably not going to engage this guy. He knows that the Primal Split is off cooldown. Okay, so 3 of them move mid. The Tiny, however, wisely backs off. Just in time. He would have been killed if he was caught out of position. right now we see some weird laning positions from the Dire from DL. Okay, so right now we have a blink engagement. However, massive damage coming in from that avalanche toss combo, but not enough to kill the Brewmaster and Slark. So the Wraith King moves away. He still has that reincarnation, so he's not really afraid of dying at this point. Slark, however, I think he sees the two of these guys. Might go in for jungle kill. He sees the March of the Machines, knows that the Tinker is there, makes a rotation, and wants to catch the Tinker off guard, and he does. There's the blink, there's everything, and they're dead. They want to see if they can catch out anything. Okay, the Lion here should have seen the Skywrath Mage. Skywrath Mage moves to the safety of the trees there. So yeah, okay, the Slark sees the Earthshaker, and okay, so this Earthshaker is gonna die. He's not even putting up too much of a resistance. So okay, Tiny kills the Lion here on top, however. So that's something going the way of DL, but right now the score is 15-4. Yeah, even though the okay, and another death on the Skywrath Mage. These guys are just dying left and right. Yeah, solo kill to the support. So this guy's a support, but he has face boots and potentially the drums right now. He's gonna die, but that's just gonna pop off the reincarnation. Slark is here, gonna give some payback towards that Razor. The Wraith King has that stun. Yeah, stunning that Razor, killing him instantly. However, there's the Avalanche Toss combo, and it kills both the Slark and the Tidehunter. Very well played. They're going for this Wraith King. The Wraith King has already lost his reincarnation, but now the Brewmaster moves in, slows the two guys. But right now, yeah, he's out of mana. He has a magic wand charge. He should use it so he can pull a split off. And no, the Wraith King falls. He's not really okay. So he uses the charges to do the split now. Okay, gives a retaliatory kill on the Skywrath Mage. The Lion was there, but yeah, everyone else backs off now. Brewmaster also backs off, and that's going to be the end of that very long engagement in this jungle. So right now, let's look at the gold difference. It's around 7,000 right now, maybe 6,000. We see a dip here, going in favor of a slight dip, going in favor of DL because of that Tidehunter and Slark kill. Slark is quite a nice kill to take off. He's the carry, so nice kill going their way. The Wraith King makes a move here, but is spotted out by the Sword. So yeah, and also gets caught by the creep. So they know what's up. Tinker teleports out. Yeah, he has that Boots of Travel, but yeah, it's already 15 minutes in. The Tinker has Boots of Travel. That's okay, but he still needs that blink and still needs more points into his damage skills to make himself more useful in team fights. The Brewmaster, however, is gonna get shot out by this Razor. No further initiation, and Slark blinks in, catches the Razor. Bit too deep of a dive right there, but Brewmaster, he has no split yet, so he's gonna need to be moving on to safety. Slark, is he? Yeah, he's going to get a bit greedy. He has that Shadow Dance, so they're moving into the Tiny. They know the Tiny has no mana right now, so Slark a bit aggressive here. They've surrounded the Tiny. Yeah, they see the Tiny, keeps attacking him, and here's everything to the Tiny, and okay, so another 3 deaths, was it? Going the way of K7T, and they lose the Lion in the process, but minor setback. Lion is their least valuable hero right now. So in terms of gold, we have an around 8,000 advantage for K7T and over 12,000 EXP already for K7T. They've only taken down 1 tower so far. This is going to be their second, I think. Okay, so a bit of an aggression there from the Brewmaster. Blink into the clap and then stun. Immediately kills that Skywrath Mage. That Skywrath Mage is just so soft. Just not paying off right now. Feeding kills left and right. Okay, so they take down this tower. The Razor pops the ulti. The Wraith King even kills a Tinker somewhere. I'm sorry, I'm just lost right now. Wraith King is in a dangerous position actually. He doesn't have that reincarnation, but it's actually a bait. The Tiny tries to engage on the Wraith King, but everyone just blinks on top of the Tiny. Okay, so the Lion has that mech. Wraith King has the drums. Let's check on the items. So blinks on the Slark and the Brewmaster. Still no blink on the Tinker, but we have a blink on the Tiny already. Mech on the Lion, and Tide Hunter going somewhere, I don't know where. The Wraith King, we might see a blink from that Wraith King. Yeah, he has 1,000 gold, but saving for something else. Probably the blink. Brewmaster is stuck here. Or they're picking out the Brewmaster. They shouldn't be able to see the Brewmaster, but he might just die here. He can't blink out. You should use your magic. Oh no. Oh, I think they knew he was there. They wouldn't have been spamming otherwise, but okay. So the Brewmaster died there, put himself in a really awkward position. Just got whittled down by that March of the Machines. Okay, so Wraith King farming right now. Okay, Brewmaster is almost to his Aghanims. Wraith King farming possibly for a blink. Things have settled down a bit right now. Okay, so the Lion dies in mid. Support kill. Nothing too big, not too big of a loss for K7T, but still a little bonus for DL right now. Something they need. More of what they need. They want to take down Star, but Star blinks in. Really reckless right now. He wants to go on the Skywrath Mage. Silence, however, and Wraith King catches it with a Hellfire Blast. We have the Blink Primal Split from the Brewmaster, and they catch out the Tiny now. This Razor might fall. There's still the second stun. There we go. That's the second stun from the Brewmaster, and it's gonna fall. The Reincarnation triggered on the Wraith King, and that's a 5-man team wipe. Just that mobility, the stuns. And the Ravage, the Tide Hunter actually hasn't been using the Ravage much. He just needs to Gush and then Anchor Smash, and that's sufficient. So right now the Tide Hunter goes for the Pipe of Insight. Yeah, he has the Pipe of Insight already. Brewmaster should have his Aghanims already. Yeah, so that's the Aghanims on the Brewmaster and Blink on the Wraith King, and they're taking down tier 2 mid right now. Alright, so that tier 2 is gone. They go for a smoke, so they're not going to be detected by the wards here. They pinged earlier on this tower, so they might be moving to take that. So let's see what DL are doing right now. Right now they're moving as a group. They're kind of afraid, so they've been in the base. But right now they smoke, they move out. Tinker is farming safely away here. He can Boots of Travel to something if needed. But I don't think they have a creep that Tinker can travel to, so they need to stick close to the lanes if they want Tinker to be there. So right now it's a 4-man smoke from DL. Smoke is popped, they know someone's there, moving in. The Tinker teleports. Okay, so they catch out the Slark, but the Slark is in V right now. They can't do anything, and the Earthshaker falls. Wraith King goes in, stuns, but right now I think he's gonna fall. He has no Reincarnation. Move safely to the cover of Fog, and just gonna stay there until the Tiny comes out, and there you go. Sees the Tiny, kills the Tiny, immediately blinks afterwards. Earthshaker, Echo Slams on nothing. Did someone buy back? Someone bought back. Earthshaker bought back and he died, and now it's GG. Okay, just this early on, 21 minutes in, and we have a GG call from DL. So, okay, a very quick stomp from K7T. Over around 20,000 gold advantage already, and over 20,000 EXP. So we have the GG call.
Dire's bottom tower is being attacked.
Alright, so there we go. So that's the GG call, and as a favor to my friend, I'll be taking a screenshot of this. Here we go. Screenshot. So it's one victory for K7T. And yeah, a very convincing win from K7T. I would have said that DL's lineup is more cohesive, but in terms of sheer execution, it's just K7T being dominant in this round. Okay, so yeah, that's game 1. We're gonna move on to game 2 after a 5-minute break. So guys, just hang in there, and we're going to a 5-minute break.